2 grand reopening. Hell yeah. And it's your boy Icon with a DC animated TV review for you, going over episode 2 of Kite Man. Let's recap this one. And before we get started, hit the notification bell, like and or subscribe to my YouTube channel, check that on social media, and let's get started. So this particular episode starts. So now that they own a bar, now that Kite Man and Golden Glider own a bar, they're trying to hire some people to work at the bar. They're doing interviews, it's not working, and then all of a sudden, this girl comes in whose name is Malice, because Kite Man had said to Golden Glider, he said that we need an attraction. He said we need somebody who's like super hot, like somebody that can bring in the people to be like, hey, we want to come to this bar because this person's here. And for whatever reason, Golden Glider took that information and hired Bane. And so then Kite Man, when he saw that Malice had came in, he was apparently attracted to her. Everybody was attracted to her. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I mean, I don't get it because Golden Glider to me looks way better than Malice. I mean, but whatever. But, you know, she was considered like the hot thing in the, you know, like in the bar. So he hired her. And then, of course, Golden Glider got upset because she was jealous. And then there were two of them. And Malice is a little snarky. You know, like she has a cat with her. She's very like stuck up. She's just like, oh, I'm on social media. And she's like, I'm at some ratchet dive bar. These horrible people and everything. And she's like, but I have to look for a job. Otherwise my daddy will be upset, whatever. So then they're kind of going back and forth. Like both Malice and Golden Glider, they're throwing like jabs at each other. And then Malice even says to her, she's like, oh, your bar is dreadful. She's like, why would anybody come here? Because you don't even have proper guests. And you don't have important people that come through your doors. So then Golden Glider gets upset about that. And then she decides that she's going to be the one to bring in top-notch clients to the bar. So she gets the idea of going to the Legion of Doom. And she goes to the Legion of Doom and she talks to Lex Luthor and she asks Lex if he could show up at the bar because she said if Lex shows up, he's a very high profile person, it'll bring more cachet and more eyes to the bar. Lex actually said sure. He was like, sure, I'll come and I'll bring the entire Legion of Doom with me. So now she's all excited. She's happy. She's just like, oh my God, like, you know, we're going to get people. We're going to get an A-list, you know, like celebrity list of people and like the bar's going to do great. And Malice had nothing to do with it. And then Kite Man's just like, babe, he's just like, yo, calm down. He's like, why are you going this hard at it? We later find out that Lex had no intention on actually going to the party. He ended up throwing a party of his own at the exact same time they were going to have their grand reopening because he's like, fuck them, and he's trying to throw a monkey wrench into their work. Classic Lex Luthor. So then Golden Glider gets upset. You know, she goes down to the Legion of Doom to go give Lex a piece of her mind. Kite Man goes with her, and then Kite Man sees his dad on the line trying to get into Lex's party. So now he's upset. Earlier in the episode, when Malice and Golden Glider were going back and forth with their beef and everything, the cat was actually pissing her off. So she told the mob guy, the two-headed mob guy, to go take care of the cat. He took it as, because he's a mob guy, he thought she wanted the cat whacked. So he took the cat out back and tried to kill the cat. It didn't work. And then when it didn't work, the cat ended up eating somebody, and then the cat actually grew in size. And that's when I was at the point where I was like, okay, clearly Malice is some sort of supernatural being. She's not a regular human. She's not a regular like rich girl, not a regular spoiled rich girl. She actually has some power. She's some sort of like where'd she get the cat from? I was thinking like Clarion shit. So then the cat ends up growing like 50 feet tall and starts running all over the city. While they're at the Legion of Doom trying to curse out Lex, you know, for stealing their idea, the cat shows up. And then when the cat shows up, it starts destroying the Legion of Doom. So now when the cat's destroying the Legion of Doom, everybody's running for their lives. Everybody's afraid. Everybody's scared. But then when Kite Man noticed that the cat was wearing the t-shirt of their bar, he said to Golden Glider that we got to stop the cat because it's actually going to make our business look bad because our name's on the damn cat. So they try to stop the cat, you know, like they're using weapons and everything, trying to take the cat down, and nothing's working. They bring the cat. They end up getting the cat to follow them back to their bar where Malice was, and then they asked Malice, like, hey, could you do something with the cat? She said, here, kitty, kitty. The cat shrunk back to normal and jumped in her bag. Golden Glider got upset, and then she was just like, you know what? I hate you, bitch. And then, you know, then it turned into like this whole big thing, and the two of them are arguing. Golden Glider and Kite Man had an argument earlier on where Kite Man was actually saying to her, he said, you shouldn't let Malice bother you so much because she's not a threat to you. She didn't do anything to you. And you're like taking this a little bit too far as like being jealous of her. And then she goes, well, I can say the same thing about you and your dad because you're acting all like whiny and complaining just because your dad won't accept you and your dad actually doesn't deserve you. So the two of them basically hit each other with a dose of reality. And then after that, Kite Man was like, you know, you're right, babe. He said, I got to stop living for my dad and I got to start being my own person. And then he fired Malice. He was just like, you're fired. I never should have hired you anyway. And then after that, she got upset, and then Darkseid shows up. And I'm just like, Darkseid came awfully quickly. Like, Darkseid walks in, and apparently Darkseid is Malice's father. Or her stepfather, because remember, Darkseid steals children and he steals people and raises them as his own, a la the Furies. So he has Malice as one of his kids, and he's just like, oh, you're an embarrassment and you're a disgrace. And he was just like, you are no fit to live on Apokolips. And he basically starts reading of the Riot Act. And then that's when Golden Glider steps in, and she was like, actually, not only is she not fired, but she's actually doing great. We're going to hire her as a manager, and she's going to control the social media for our bar. And then that's when Malice was like, oh my God. She was like, you actually did a good thing for me. And then I don't know how to say the words thank you, like literally. She's like, I've seen them written down, but I don't know how to say them. and then they're just like, you know, don't worry about it. Just get to work and boost our social media. Darkseid ends up staying at the bar. He ends up having like an iced tea lemonade. And he was like, oh, this iced tea lemonade is very divine. So now, because Darkseid of all people is at their bar and people are posting pictures and posting it on social media, now the bar is popping because Darkseid's in the house. And I'm just like, this is crazy. This is some crazy ass shit. Welcome to the dark side. And then after that, Darkseid's just like, oh, take care of my daughter. And everybody's like cheering and everything. And it's all gravy. The bar is now popping. All the villains are trying to get in. Like I said, everything is great. And nothing happened. That's how the episode ended. And thank you for tuning in. So, I mean, this episode is actually pretty cool. Like, to see Darkseid in this environment is like worth the price of admission for anything. And then, like I said, there's a new character on the show now because Malice is also a part of the cast. Like, Bane's back in the fold because Bane's now the bouncer for the bar. So, I mean, the actual plot of the season hasn't revealed itself because since Darkseid said he was looking for this great magic power that he can use for the anti-life equation, I thought him coming to the bar was going to trigger something where he was going to find the bomb that Lex has in, you know, hidden in the bar. And then even for Lex to diss them and not to show up at their party and to throw a party of his own, it's like, why are you playing games with them when you literally hid your weapon of mass destruction in their bar? If anything, he should be as nice to them as possible. But I don't know. It was only 2 episodes in. The plot of the season hasn't revealed itself, but again, share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below, and we will continue to talk about it. Like I said, so far I'm enjoying the show. Like, the show is actually pretty cool. Like, it's making me laugh. The raunchiness of it is funny as shit, and then like I said, I'm down for it. So we'll see how it goes as we roll on for more episodes, 8 more episodes of Kite Man. So that was it, guys. So check me out on social media, on X, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, on TikTok, where you can leave your questions, comments, and concerns. And we'll keep rolling on as Big Daddy Darkseid comes in to terrorize the planet. So until next time, guys, for some more Kite Man action. Take care, and we're out this